In a world where shadows whisper and cloaks conceal more than just identities, there existed a force so lethal they became the very definition of stealth and precision. This is the tale of the Assassins, medieval history's most enigmatic warriors, whose mastery of disguise and psychological warfare turned them into legends. Join us as we unveil the story of the deadliest special forces of the medieval world, one dagger at a time. In the dusty, sun-baked expanse of 11th century Persia, where the air buzzed with the tension between Sunni and Shiite Muslims, a group was forming that would redefine sneakiness. These weren't your garden variety sneaks. They were the order of Assassins, the medieval equivalent of ninjas, but with less jumping and more strategic stabbing. Under the leadership of Hassan-i Sabbah, a man so secretive even his shadow was in the dark. They specialized in the kind of surprise parties where the guest of honor got a dagger instead of a cake. Hassan found the ultimate fixer-upper in the Alamut fortress, a place so naturally defensible it practically screamed, "Your siege engines can't touch this." Here, in what was essentially a medieval spy school, Hassan turned the downtrodden into the down-low deadly. The assassins were not just about being unseen, they aimed to be part ghost, part rumor, and all terrifying. Training at Alamut was like the world's deadliest game of hide-and-seek. Hassan's Fidai, his elite squad, were taught the fine arts of blending in, how not to be seen 101, and the subtle nuances of dagger aerodynamics. These were tough mountain men who could traverse a rocky slope faster than a goat with a jetpack, all while plotting the most efficient route to their target's back. Shadow-draped halls of Alamut, Hassan-i Sabbah holds what appears to be the first ever TED Talk on daggers.
Welcome, future whispers in the night. Today we discuss our instrument of choice, the dagger. Not just any dagger, but ones that can fit snugly next to your favorite socks.
Can I just use this? I've grown quite attached.
For the last time, Zahir, you cannot be stealthy with a sword that's taller than you are. Subtlety, remember? The essence of our craft lies not in the blade, but in the art of becoming the breeze that carries whispers of dread.
With a twirl of a dagger that catches the light just so, Hassan concludes the seminar. The Fidati disperse, their steps silent, their determination steel-clad, and their minds buzzing with visions of becoming the ultimate party crashers of the medieval world. The assassins rose to legendary status, proving that sometimes the pen is mightier than the sword, but a well-placed dagger in the dark with the right combination of stealth and wit can change the course of empire. Nizam al-Mulk, a towering figure in medieval Persia, served as the vizier under the Seljuk Empire, wielding vast influence and power akin to a master chess player in the grand strategic board of Islamic politics. Born in 1018, his real name was Abu Ali Hassan ibn Ali Tusi, but he was better known by his title Nizam al-Mulk, which means Order of the Realm. His tenure marked the zenith of the Seljuk Empire's power, and his administrative brilliance fostered a period of economic prosperity and cultural richness, including the founding of numerous madrasas, the Nizamiya, which became intellectual beacons throughout the empire. However, his staunch Sunni orthodoxy and political maneuvers also stoked deep-seated resentments. Nizam al-Mulk's fervent suppression of dissenting sects, particularly the Ismailis, a Shiite Muslim group, earned him formidable enemies in the shadowy game of medieval espionage, where cloaks and daggers weren't just fashion but a lifestyle. The Ismaili spies turned infiltration into an art form. They slipped into the Sunni leader's headquarters with the ease of a gossip into high society, keen eyes on Nizam al-Mulk, the man whose security was tighter than a miser's purse strings. Yet, for all his guards and wards, it was his devotion, a chink in his armor, that provided the assassins their in. Masquerading as Sufi mystics, because who would suspect a holy man of foul play? They were the wolves in sheep's clothing, or, in this case, mystics' robes. The grand plan to bring Nizam al-Mulk to his knees wasn't just about the element of surprise, it was akin to planning the world's most fatal surprise party. The assassins, with their meticulous attention to detail, could have given any modern-day event planner a run for their money. Disguised as a holy man, the chosen assassin was like the party guest. No one remembers inviting, but ends up center stage. In a bustling market, our assassin, draped in the guise of a Sufi mystic, makes his approach to Nizam al-Mulk, with fellow assassins posing as market-goers. The mission's success was a testament to their creed. If they could eliminate Nizam al-Mulk, then truly no one was beyond their reach. The aftermath of this daring act wasn't just a message. It was a declaration that the assassins were the medieval world's answer to the impossible mission force, specializing in making the invulnerable vulnerable. Riding high on their victory, Hassan and his merry band of deadly misfits embarked on a spree that would make any action movie villain green with envy. With around 25 high-profile names crossed off their list, they weren't just assassins. They were the medieval version of a blockbuster hit, complete with dramatic exits and no need for sequels. Yet, amidst the accolades and whispered fears, rumors swirled like mist in a graveyard. Accusations of drug use among the assassins attempted to tarnish their reputation. Hassasin, they were mockingly called, suggesting a reliance on hashish. But really, who had time for drug-induced stupors when there were empires to topple and leaders to spook? As the world stage expanded, so did the assassins' playground. Masyaf became their new headquarters, a place so fortified it could give Alamut a run for its money. But this wasn't just about defense, it was about expansion, about securing a future in a land torn by religious wars and crusading zealots. Enter Rashid al-Din Sinan, the spiritual sequel to Hassan-i Sabbah. With the charisma of a cult leader and the mind of a chess grandmaster, he was the fresh face of terror for the Crusaders and Sunni alike. Under his guidance, the assassins were not just a force to be reckoned with, but a dark legend, whispered in the halls of power and feared on the battlefields of the Holy Land. In the high-stakes drama of medieval Middle Eastern politics, where Sunni Muslims and Christian Crusaders vied for the spotlight, Rashid al-Din Sinan, known in some circles as the Steve Jobs of medieval assassination, took the stage. As the Grandmaster of the Assassins, he didn't just walk into the room, he silently appeared, a whisper of power in the tumultuous Holy Land. His target, none other than Saladin, the rock star general who united Egypt, Syria, and northern Iraq with the swagger of a conqueror. Saladin, with his imposing presence and a beard that could intimidate on its own, became the assassin's most ambitious mark. The planning phase resembled the world's most intense board game night, with Sinan and his team plotting moves and counter-moves. They weren't just gathering intel, they were the medieval equivalent of hacking into the mainframe, embedding spies so deep in Saladin's camp they were practically part of the furniture. Despite their failure, the attempt on Saladin's life was serious business. However, it seemed Saladin's bodyguards were more formidable than anticipated, turning the would-be assassination into a failed pilot episode for the Assassin's reality show. Yet the psychological impact was undeniable. Saladin, now accessorizing with body armor at brunch, was a walking testament to the assassin's reach. The response was swift and severe. Saladin, seemingly taking a page from the How to Deal with Your Assassin Problem handbook, laid siege to Masyaf, turning the assassin's home base into the equivalent of a high-stakes reality TV finale. In the dead of night, Sinan embarks on his stealth mission, leaving a dagger and a note by Saladin's bedside. A medieval, "You've got mail," that no one wants to receive. The message was clear. We can reach you, even in your fruit of the looms. Shaken by the realization that his bodyguards might double as assassin influencers, Saladin opts for negotiation, proving that sometimes the pen, or in this case the dagger, is indeed mightier than the sword. Yet the world doesn't pause for dramatic effect. As the Assassins and Saladin reach a tenuous peace, the Christian Crusaders loom on the horizon, ready to turn the Holy Land into the next stage for their crusade of conquest. The Game of Thrones continues, with Sinan and his assassins ready to write the next chapter, proving that in the world of shadow wars, sometimes the most powerful moves are made in silence, and with a flair for the theatrical. Conrad of Montferrat was the equivalent of a knight, bold and ambitious, making moves that had the assassins checking their own defenses. When Conrad decided to play pirate and snagged a ship belonging to the assassins, he didn't just ruffle some feathers, he plucked the whole bird. Sinan, never one to shy away from a challenge, decided it was time to teach Conrad a lesson in manners, assassin style. Adopting the principle of taqiyya, the art of blending in so well you could give chameleons a run for their money, Sinan's sleeper agents took to monkhood like ducks to water. Disguised as Christian monks, they infiltrated Conrad's stronghold with the zeal of undercover agents in a medieval spy thriller. Fast forward 6 months, and these faux monks had become the life of Tyre, blending in so well that even Conrad began to see them as part of the furniture. Little did he know these pieces of furniture came equipped with hidden daggers and a mission. The moment Conrad was crowned the next Crusader king, Sinan's sleeper agents received the green light. Their training with the dagger was not just about technique, it was about turning the act of assassination into a form of high art. The kind that left audiences breathless, quite literally in Conrad's case. When the deed was done and Conrad left this world under less than mysterious circumstances, the rumor mill went into overdrive. Accusations flew faster than arrows at the Battle of Hastings, with everyone from Richard the Lionheart to Saladin himself in the suspect lineup. But amidst the chaos, the assassins remained shadows, their motives as inscrutable as ever. Reflecting on Rashid al-Din Sinan's legacy, it's clear he was more than just a leader. He was a visionary who steered the assassins through turbulent times with a blend of wit and wisdom. His actions didn't just secure the survival of the Ismaili faith, they cemented the assassins' place in history as masters of the Shadow War. If you enjoyed this historical escapade, stealthily hit like, share with your clandestine circle, and subscribe for more whispers from the shadows.